In 2016, Donald Trump said he could only lose the presidential election if it was rigged. 2 election cycles later, more and more Republicans at every office level are echoing his rhetoric. There are so many examples of this that there isn't time to cover everyone, literally. So let's just put the spotlight on 2 specific cases. Georgia gubernatorial candidate Kandiss Taylor. She just won 3.4% of the vote in the May primary, but she claims the entire race was rigged. In the process, she's attracted the attention of MyPillow CEO and conspiracy theorist Mike Lindell, who's promising a, quote, big investigation on her behalf. Can't wait to see it. Then there's the Trump-endorsed candidate for Arizona Secretary of State, self-identified Oath Keeper Mark Finchem. He's still advocating for decertifying the 2020 election results in the year 2022. And this week, he got the GOP primary for Arizona Secretary of State. It's a pivotal position, obviously, for the next presidential election. So, to discuss that, let's bring back our Sunday night panel. Right, Molly, it's a pretty simple question. What happens if people like Mark Finchem are given the levers of the election infrastructure? Where do we go from there? Do we enter a guaranteed constitutional crisis?
At best, we enter a guaranteed constitutional crisis. At worst, we stop having free and fair elections. I mean, yeah, this is really scary. The one thing I would say that is totally fascinating to me is that almost all of the states where you have these people running are purple states, right? Like Arizona, these Trumpy candidates won, but they barely eked it out, right? And so you are seeing these guys are going to come up, you know, this is not Mississippi. These are purple states. And so you have these sort of terrible Trumpy candidates that barely can win a primary. And again, with all of this Trumpism, it's Trumpism wins you a primary but gets creamed in the general, as we saw with Trump. So I do think this is a setup that's particularly bad for Republicans. Of course, having one party turn against democracy is bad for all of us, ultimately. But I think in this short stopgap, I think it'll hurt Republicans. Eventually, though, I mean, who knows where this goes? Nowhere good.
Well, to pick up on that point, Maria, isn't the reason that this is happening in purple states largely, if not primarily, because Donald Trump has focused a lot of attention on these states? He's filled the voters and elected officials of these states with the idea, the conspiracy, that their systems were rigged against him, and therefore he produces the type of political climate that allows these types of candidates to prosper.
Right. So there's a saying in Mexican Spanish, which is, le sale el tiro por la culata, which means it backfires. It's a little weird. Le sale el tiro por la culata. And I really feel like in terms of the Republicans, Molly's right. It's like, what's your end game? What's your end game? Which is really writ large. And I'm really glad we're talking about this because these are threats to democracy. This is exactly what it looks like. This is exactly what it looks like to take. Look, it's not perfect, right? There is no perfect democracy. But to basically throw these completely ridiculous claims and get that kind of going, it's not normal. Now, then again, what is normal? I mean, I think, you know, that's very problematic, obviously, in terms of how the Republicans are playing this. But the end game is very dangerous. And so we need to be, and again, the Democratic Party needs to be sounding the alarm that this is a huge alarm. This is a red alarm, a 4-alarm fire, right? A 4-alarm fire.
5 alarm. 5 alarm. We go higher.
I can't believe I got 2
alarms here.
One in English and one in Spanish. I got them right. Hey.
Well, I guess to your point, you know, the thing that was very interesting to me this past week was in Arizona, you have Kari Lake, who's won the Republican nominee for governor. What happened in the election on Tuesday was she ended the night trailing her opponent, but then, of course, more ballots came in, legitimate ballots, and they catapulted her into the lead. Now, this is almost precisely what happened in 2020 in Arizona, only Biden was the beneficiary. And of course, back then, Kari Lake, and to this day, says something fraudulent was happening. When it's to her benefit, we don't hear as much. And the question for you, Josh, is, you know, is this not an indictment of how these people think about their own voters, that they assume they don't see the inconsistencies here, that they assume that they don't find the contradictions, and that they'll just be with them no matter what they say.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely disrespectful, or they just assume the voters care about the idea of democracy as little as they do, right? Because like a Republican candidate's participation in an election is like a 4-year-old's participation in a game of Scrabble. Like they just throw down whatever tiles they have and they go, hey, we won. They don't care about numbers or rules. And so like a candidate in Michigan who finished 4th place called the results predetermined. And of course it feels predetermined. You're in 4th place. You were going to lose. The writing was on the wall, right? Like if Shake Shack put out a burger that was horse puke on an asbestos bun, it would be predetermined that I would stick to fries. So like the Republicans, I think it's a contempt for their own voters, but it is just like also a contempt for the idea of a democratic process, which they are hoping to bring their voters along for that ride.
Sorry, a horse puke burger? Is that was
Horse
the
puke burger on an asbestos bun.
Sounds delicious. All right.